Guys, God had me bawling, crying again. I got home last night and I'm showing this picture to my hubby. That's my father-in-law, guys. The late Josiah Emmanuel. And I'm showing my husband this picture, right? Just say, honey, I'm so thankful to this man. I'm thankful to him. I'm thankful to him. Because I saw yesterday, my husband was outside with a customer. And I looked at both of them. And the customer was in such despair, guys. Can you believe he got out of prison and he was telling me that he wished he was back there in prison versus being out here? Like, how would you want to be back in prison? Like, he just had such despair and discouragement over him, guys. Like, the life is so hard. And then I looked at my husband next to him. And this husband is such a badass, guys. Such a badass. You know, like, just... My husband is a king, guys. He rocks. And so when I looked at the customer, looked at my husband, looked at the customer, looked at my husband, I said, what's missing in this picture? And it's just that my husband had a dad and a mom who taught him about faith in God. And just being a godly person, you know? And I tell you guys, I ride or die with this husband all the way. I don't care what he does. This wife will never ever leave him. When he called me a thug, I said, yes, believe I'm a thug. I will fight a bitch for you. That's the respect and the love I have for him. Not a literal fight now, guys. But the message is the importance of a dad, right? And for me to take this picture of his dad and his father to him last night and say, honey, I love this man so much for what I see about him and you. Fast forward, I get to go into the tree. Now, you know I usually get to the tree and then I pick a page to read. But for some reason, I spoke to my son, Emmy, at 6:22. So I said, Nick, go to page 22. And can you believe what's there? Said the greatest impression a father can leave on his child is this message of his living faith, unwavering hope, and steady trust in God that will be engraved in their heart forever. How? Then I'm showing my hubby this picture last night about his father and the gift of faith that he has given him. For this to show up on page 22, that the greatest impression a father can leave on his child is the message of his living faith, unwavering hope, and steady trust in God that will be engraved on their heart forever. Guys, I started crying. Because there's no way that came up as a coincidence. No way, no how that I'm showing my husband this picture late last night about the greatest gift that his father gave him versus that customer who didn't have a father to give him this gift of faith. For that to show up, because it was a conversation question I asked my son Joshi one day. I said, what's the best thing I've taught you? And he thought about it for a little bit, then I whispered to him, God. I explained that this is the best gift we can give him, knowing that God is with him to guide him, stand beside him, love him, protect him, and his greatest friend forever, that he doesn't have to look like that customer in such despair. Like he'd rather be back in prison, guys. Like, what the? You know what I'm saying, guys? So, this is my new, and this gift of faith that my husband and I have passed on to our kids is the best thing we can ever give them. To have this confidence that God himself goes with and stands with you through life stresses and difficulties is priceless. We need him. So your girl is all fired up after that to spread this message about faith in God, man. another thing that showed up under there was this verse from Ephesians, right? About how God can do infinitely more than we could ever ask or imagine. And as I'm driving the boys to school, can you believe that was the exact message that showed up from Carrie? Because I played these messages from the We Roll With God playlist, the words of wisdom, for them on the way to school, because I'm so enthusiastic about sharing these messages from Carrie with my sons because of this gift from my husband's mom and dad that I said, I gotta pass on this gift of faith to my kids. So I don't joke with that. In fact, if we don't listen to that, I feel like if I don't play the Carrie messages for them, I feel like I'm stealing from them, guys. This gift of faith is too important. So yesterday, after seeing that customer and my husband together, I'm even more like, I must share this message with the world. So the verse from Ephesians 20, it says, now to him who is able to carry out his purpose and do super abundantly more than what we dare ask or think, infinitely beyond our greatest prayers, hopes, or dreams, according to his power that is in work within us. So guys, God goes beyond our human prayers, our hopes, or dreams. It's just for us to learn his voice and be obedient to what he would have to say to us. Not easy, but truly the way to the best life with him. Okay, guys, so I don't want you guys to miss out on this relationship with God. Make God your number one priority. Give us more, super abundantly more than we could ask or imagine. Like my daughter said, just go out every day, do your best, and then one day you're going to wake up and say, wow, how did this happen? Running back from the tree, I'm thinking about everything God is doing for me, guys. And I'm just like, wow, God, wow, you're so right. You give us abundantly more than we can ask or imagine. Okay, guys, so don't miss out, man, on this relationship with God. We need him. Like on Saturday, I'm talking to my daughter on video, and she's such a little baddie, man. My daughter's working on Wall Street, baby. Can you imagine working on Wall Street? She called me and my husband. She told us in Nigeria, said, Mom, if you guys don't get me out of here, you're going to ruin my life. She just felt like the kids in the U.S. and a conference that she went to, that they were like at the front of the room and she was at the back of the room. And my daughter said, no, I'm not no back of the room kind of person. I need to go to school in the U.S. And she fought her way. She got herself a scholarship to one of the top universities in New York. Now she's working on Wall Street. Now she's about to interview with the top companies in New York. That's my little baddie, guys. And let me tell you, she doesn't joke with her appointments with God. And whenever I call her, she said, oh, Mom, this was the appointment with God was about today. This was about today, you know? And I'm so happy when both of us link up on the same meditation books. So my peeps, let's roll with God 24/7. The godly principles and values, man. Go to We Roll With God. Just Google We Roll With God. Listen to those Carrie messages on the Words of Wisdom playlist. You'll see all the messages. So guys, the best life is with God. Don't miss out, okay? This life, I don't want us living in despair. I want us living in fresh hope, knowing we have a mighty God who stands with us, who gives us super abundantly more than we could ask or imagine, okay? So don't miss out. That's like, wake up. Make sure you're waking up every day. I wanted the whole world here with me, having a God morning routine, like start your day with God. Okay? You don't have to have a God tree. Just start your day with God. Listen to the First Light Prayer. Go to the We Roll With God platform on YouTube. Listen to the Words of Wisdom from Carrie, the Bible, the principle, the values. That's what my father-in-law and mother-in-law did for my husband. And they're working. Okay, guys? Don't miss out. The best life is with Papa God.